GTA 5 just got an enhanced update for PC, but is it really next-gen or just a minor facelift? Today, we're putting the original and the enhanced edition side by side in a full graphics comparison. From lighting to reflections, we're diving deep to see if this update actually improves the visuals, or if it's just Rockstar turning up the settings we already had. Let's get into it. One of the most noticeable changes right away is in reflections. In GTA 5 older updates, reflections on glass surfaces are blurry and lack detail, making the world feel less immersive. The enhanced edition brings a major upgrade, with sharper, more accurate reflections that properly capture palm trees, buildings, and even pedestrians in motion. Lighting interacts more realistically with surfaces, adding depth and realism to windows and storefronts. Improved reflections make the city feel far more alive and polished compared to the original. In older update of GTA 5, the reflections on the hospital windows are faint, blurry, and lack detail, making the glass feel more like a dull surface rather than a reflective material. GTA 5 Enhanced Edition significantly improves this, with sharper and more realistic reflections. You can clearly see the environment being mirrored, including the trees, sky, and even the hospital's logo, which now appears with proper depth and distortion. And the difference becomes even more noticeable when it rains. In GTA 5, wet streets reflect some of the surrounding lights, but the effect is subtle and lacks clarity, with many reflections appearing dim or incomplete. The Enhanced Edition makes a huge difference, with much sharper and more vibrant reflections. Neon signs, billboards, and streetlights now bounce off the wet pavement with higher accuracy and improved brightness. And it's not just the roads that got a reflection upgrade. Vehicle surfaces have seen a major improvement too. In GTA 5, car windows and body panels barely reflect their surroundings, making vehicles feel disconnected from the environment, while the Enhanced Edition completely changes that. Reflections are now crisp and dynamic, properly mirroring nearby objects, trees, and even moving traffic. This makes cars look much more polished and realistic. And it's not just the cars that seemed improved, even the skyscrapers got a serious glow-up. In the original GTA 5, the glass buildings struggled with proper reflections, often displaying generic, low-detail imagery. But in the Enhanced Edition, reflections are much sharper, with accurate mirroring of objects like helicopters, nearby structures, and even city streets below. It makes the game look much better than before, and flying around Los Santos just hits different now. And check this out, even character reflections got a serious upgrade. In the original version, Franklin is just standing there, but if you look at the window, where's his reflection? Dude's practically a vampire. Meanwhile, in the Enhanced Edition, he finally shows up in the glass like he actually exists. Little details like this make the world feel way more immersive. Alright, so we've talked about reflections, but now let's get into something that completely changes the way the game feels: global illumination, or in simple terms, how light actually works in GTA 5. In the old version, lighting was just off. It felt kind of flat, like the world wasn't reacting to light properly. But in the enhanced version, man, it's a whole different game. Check out this side by side, everything looks kind of dull and flat, with shadows making the scene way darker than it should be in original GTA. But in the enhanced edition, the sunlight actually reacts with surfaces properly, making the entire area feel more vibrant and natural. Buildings don't just absorb light, they reflect it, creating a much more realistic atmosphere. Now in this scenario, we can see that original version has harsh lighting. Bright spots are too intense, while shadows look way too dark. There's barely any natural light bouncing around, making the scene feel flat. But in the enhanced edition, global illumination makes a huge difference. Light spreads more naturally, softening shadows and adding subtle reflections on surfaces. The whole environment feels more realistic because light isn't just hitting objects, it's bouncing off them, creating a more immersive atmosphere. And it's not just about lighting. Look at the world itself. In the original GTA version, the grass is dull, the building textures look faded, and the entire scene has this washed-out look. But on the enhanced version, everything pops. The greenery is more vibrant, textures are sharper, and even the ambient lighting gives the world a warmer, more natural feel. It's a level of detail that makes this upgrade worth it. The improvements are pretty clear. In the original GTA, the lighting is flat, and the plants almost blend into the background with less detail and contrast. But on the enhanced version of GTA, everything pops more. The shadows are sharper, the individual leaves have more definition, and the lighting feels way more natural. The brick pathway also benefits, with better reflections and shading that make it look less like a game texture and more like an actual surface. This scene is a perfect example of how small upgrades add up to create a much more immersive scene. On the original GTA, the building looks darker, almost like it's absorbing all the light, while the glass barely reflects anything. But on the enhanced edition, the glass catches the warm glow of the sunset, reflections add depth, and the lighting creates a more realistic atmosphere. Even the trees and environment feel richer, with better contrast and shading. These subtle changes make a huge difference in making Los Santos look more dynamic and visually stunning. Now enough talking about reflections and global illumination, let's just talk about shadows before we wrap this video video up, but before we even do that, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel, which will help me improve quality of content. Now let's get back to the video. One of the most important visual upgrades in the Enhanced Edition is lighting and shadows. In the original version, the shadows are harsh, overly dark, and have a low-resolution, blocky appearance. The lighting also feels flatter, making the scene look somewhat artificial. On the enhanced side, the improvements are clear, shadows are softer, more natural, and blend better with the environment. The lighting is also more dynamic, with a warmer and more realistic feel. You can see how the sun interacts with surfaces, creating more depth and making the outdoor cafe feel much more immersive. And when we take a first glance to this scene, original version looks good, but when we compare it to enhanced version, we can clearly see the difference in how the shadows are projected into the environment. Tree shadow in the corner and the shadow of Franklin show how much better shadows are projected in GTA 5 Enhanced. In the Legacy version, shadows are harsher, and lighting feels flat with strong contrasts that make some areas too dark. The scene lacks natural light bounce, making it look static and less immersive. The Enhanced Edition improves lighting realism. Shadows are softer and more detailed, light spreads more naturally, and reflections add depth. Even small details like the walls and ground pick up more ambient light, making the scene feel more alive and visually dynamic. And that wraps up our comparison. While the shadows haven't changed drastically, the improved lighting and reflections make a huge difference in making the world feel more immersive. Rockstar continues to refine GTA 5's visuals, keeping it alive across generations. What do you think? Were these upgrades any good, or should Rockstar have pushed even further? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more gaming content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.